I actually think it's a really interesting time, and I wonder if it's ever been as interesting time to be an in-house lawyer and join an in-house team. The whole legal industry is changing. Yeah, it's not a revolution; it's an evolution. I think the sort of established law firms, most of them aren't going anywhere. For many people in law firms, in the partnership, this is going to be a good living for a good length of time and doing good work, and that's all fine. But underneath the surface, there is quite a lot of change, and I think for in-house teams, we're part of that, and we can also take advantage of that movement. So to give some concrete examples, I think we're seeing more and more very, very high caliber people moving in-house. We're seeing companies thinking very hard about building out in-house legal teams and how they build them out in order to be able to get a high quality end product. And that's about being thoughtful about when do they want to use external counsel. Even companies that may just have one or two in-house lawyers are thinking about hiring very, very high caliber people so that they can drop their reliance on outsourcing so much work. Yeah. So I think that sort of the old stereotypes going back some years where there was this sort of almost sort of sniffiness among some law firm lawyers about their in-house counterparts. You still encounter those sorts of attitudes, but I think that's becoming very stale very quickly. Yeah, and I think there's much more of a mutual respect, and actually where it really works, a really mutual dependence and very healthy relationship between in-house lawyers and the law firms who support them. Around that sort of trend of in-house and external, I think we're seeing companies being very thoughtful about how they outsource work. Yeah, so it's not just about to the go-to law firms or even to a panel, but it's also thinking about what alternative legal service providers are there. And now we really are seeing a mix. So you've got organizations delivering contractors, you've got people delivering much longer-term staff. You've got the arrival of the legal marketplaces. Yeah, and that's very interesting. I think again that puts a lot of power and proactivity in the hands of the in-house team because they can select the right sort of resource for the right project. Then alongside the resourcing, we've got the hot button issue at the moment, legal operations, which we were talking about earlier. So everyone's talking about that as sort of the big new thing in-house. Probably really just a term which describes that's the hot button thing for in-house. It's probably a term that describes a sort of pre-existing movement, but it's helpful now, I think, to have that label and to capture the whole panoply of sort of non-legal operational matters that surround the legal function, right? So cost efficiencies, document management, cross-functional working, et cetera, et cetera.